Hey everyone, I'm Stephen Amendt. Welcome back to EC Hispanic Media's review of the World Cup. Today we're going to be talking about three teams that have moved past group play and are looking to the first stages of the knockout rounds. I'm speaking specifically about Mexico, USA, and Argentina, the same three teams that we talked about last week as teams to watch. And to start with, USA just ended their game yesterday. They were the last of the three teams to be able to qualify, and they did it in losing fashion.
You didn't introduce me.
That's right.
I'll restart. Or just keep going because they'll edit it.
Yeah, you should, because otherwise people have no idea
I completely forgot to introduce you.
Yeah.
Every other time I've done it.
No, I thought you were gonna do it, but I mean, I don't care about me, but if you don't do it, it looks very weird.
Who's that guy?
Who's that weird?
So just start over again, and yeah.
Hey everyone, I'm Stephen Amendt, and welcome back to EC Hispanic Media's World Cup review. I'm here with Pablo Scarpellini, the senior editor for EC Hispanic Media, and also our resident sports expert. Today we're going to be looking at the end of group play and three teams that happen to move on to the knockout round. It's the same three teams we were talking about last week: Mexico, USA, Argentina. And Pablo, yesterday we got to see that USA was the last of these three teams to be able to qualify to move on to the knockout round, and they did so in losing fashion. Was there anything that you saw that looked like they had a chance to continue moving on when they're moving on to play against Belgium in the next round?
I think that the U.S. is in a pretty good shape. Overall, yeah, it's true they lost to Germany, but overall they did a healthy job in this group, which was a death group, very complicated group against Germany and Portugal. The Belgium team is one of the top ones. They were called to be one of the big surprises of the tournament. Everybody expects that they're gonna get through, but I wouldn't want to play against the U.S. at this point, not if it was Spain playing. I think they have good chances. They're playing orderly. The U.S. Football is growing a lot in the last World Cup, so I think that they have a very good chance, and I think that they'll make it through actually.
Yeah, speaking of you mentioned the group of death that the U.S. drew at the beginning of the World Cup this year, and does that experience play in going up against Belgium, who, when they played their competition to move on, just wasn't quite as strong maybe as what the U.S. had? So do you think that the U.S. is playing at a different level because of what they had to already versus what Belgium was playing with the competition that they were facing?
Well, I have to bear in mind that it's not the same thing to be in the first phase than to be on the second round, which is a knockout. Drama is the word that is always present in this kind of rounds, because you know that if you make a mistake, you're out. You also have the penalty kicks that are also on the horizon, which we will start seeing that everybody loves. And any team can give a surprise at this point. It will be kind of a surprise if the U.S. makes it. I think Belgium is a slight favorite right now, but they're a young team. Their national league is not very good, so yeah, I don't see why the U.S. is not going to get through. And I'm sure the U.S. team also knows what kind of buzz and frenzy is going on here in the U.S. People are really excited about soccer, even though they always say that the Americans in general hate soccer. And I think there's going to be a positive element back where they're in Brazil.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of interviews that were given that were actually with U.S. players where they were talking about seeing the pictures of all the fans in Chicago hanging out at Grant Park watching the games that their friends and family were sending to them. And I know that they've definitely used that as motivation. But moving on to a team that the U.S. may face if they get past Belgium, Argentina. They've got Switzerland coming up. What is it that your particular outlook, what are you thinking is going to happen when Argentina faces Switzerland in that game? Will Argentina win? Will Messi still continue doing much better in this World Cup than he has in World Cups past?
Messi is improving along the way. He started kind of weak. He scored an amazing goal in Maracanã against Bosnia. Now he has 4 goals. He did a pretty good job against Nigeria, scoring 2 goals. He's a different player now. He's maturing. He's not the bomb that used to be before when he was 20, 21. Now he's more like a mature player. He takes it easier and he appears in the right moments. But he's doing everything for Argentina. And to me right now, they're the favorites because of Messi. Messi has the ambition to keep on going. So if they cross against the U.S., I'm sorry to tell for the U.S., I think they're going to have a rough time.
Well, that's assuming that Messi doesn't end up re-aggravating any of the injuries that he's faced over the past year, which, if that were to happen, then obviously, we're looking at a completely different Argentina team.
Without Messi, Argentina has no chances whatsoever. But we can't talk about hypotheticals,
Exactly.
and specifically bad hypotheticals. We're hoping that he will be fine.
Oh, yeah, Messi as a whole is obviously great for the game of soccer. Won the Ballon d'Or a couple of different times, I believe. So, I think this World Cup is benefiting by the success that Messi's been having. But now moving on to Mexico, the team that a lot of people didn't necessarily expect would maybe even make it past their group play just because of the way that they ended up sneaking into the actual World Cup. They're now going against Holland, who in 2010 was playing against Spain.
In the
They ended
final,
up losing in the final, and this year they come out and they do so well against Spain to basically just almost knock Spain off the pedestal of coming back as a returning World Cup champion. Mexico's chances against the Netherlands, do they have a chance? If they do, what are their chances looking like going forward?
Mexico is very motivated right now because of what you said. They're a big surprise. They have no pressure for the first time that I've been following Mexico in the World Cups. They have no pressure. That sense of, oh my God, we're playing a World Cup and we're gonna lose. They have the confidence that they didn't have before. Nobody expected that. And Holland has a big weakness. Yeah, they're the favorites, but they have a weakness. Their midfield and their defense is not good at all. They have two key guys, Robin and Van Persie, that they're gonna have to be watching. But Mexico demonstrated against Brazil that they can stop a big team. So my odds are 50-50 right now, and obviously in terms of heart, I'm leaning towards Mexico. I would love to see them get through. Plus, they have an extra motivation, which is that they might face Costa Rica or Greece on the next round, which are in theory weak rivals that they can. So if they skip this tough match against Holland, we might be making history for Mexico, seeing them for the first time in the semifinal of the World Cup. So
That would be amazing. I know a lot of fans in the United States would be extremely happy to see Mexico make it that far. A lot of fans also in the United States who have the Team US, the men's national team, as their second favorite team after living here for a while. So it'll be good to keep an eye on all the action that's coming up over the coming weekend and next week. We'll come back next week also to review and see exactly what's happened so far in the first round of the knockouts and also preview the second round. So thanks for joining us. I'm Amendt with Pablo Scarpellini. We look forward to seeing you next week.